So when you think about Halloween, what do you think about? Do you think about pumpkins? Do you think about pumpkin pie? Think about Thanksgiving? Think about the 1820s novel Sleepy Hollow? Do you think about turnips or do you think about pumpkins? And that's what we're going to be talking about here today on Derry Dinners. The question we're going to be posing is how did we come from this and they end up with this? And we'll probably make a wee bit of soup in the process. It's a little known fact that the turnip lantern was exported from Ireland to the US by a local man called Jack O'Loughlin. He set sail from the quay here to Massachusetts in 1807 and became great muckers with Washington Irwin. He told them all about the turnip lanterns used during the Eha Festival and the famous half-hung McNulty story. That inspired Irwin to go on and write the famous play Sleepy Hollow, and that's what made the pumpkin lantern famous in America. So basically you could say that we own Halloween. Okay, so some great information, some real fun facts here about pumpkins and turnips. Hey, but regardless of all that, I think you'll agree that rather than go pumpkin versus turnip, I think I've learnt as we evolved researching this stuff, and at the end of it I'm kind of coming back around to the fact that we're probably better to combine. And that has inspired us now this evening to make a beautiful winter soup, pumpkin and turnip. You're going to love it. So I just want to comment on something too, that we're not usually working with pumpkins here in Northern Ireland because they are really an American thing. It's come back as we've discussed. But what they don't really tell you, or what you don't realise, is that these big pumpkins here, although they're edible, they're not really the ones you want for making stuff. You want the wee ones like this. They're called carving pumpkins, and these are like eating pumpkins. Now they do the smaller ones, but basically if you go for a smaller one, it's going to be better. And I noticed too, during the making of this program, that it's available too in a tin, which is a lot easier and they work with all together. But don't be freaking out at the moment, we can talk you through it. So like most of these round fruits, it can be a bit intimidating if you don't know how you're dealing with it. But the first thing is to crack into it. Now, I have this, but any sharp knife would work. You just chop off the top. So once you have the top and the bottom off it, then you want to try and just take the skin off it too, because it's not really edible. You want to take it down like you're peeling an apple. You probably could actually use a peeler, but we're going to try it on a knife first to see how we go. So you basically end up skinless pumpkin. Probably take it again. Them seeds actually is edible. I think you can take them out and roast them and eat them. Pumpkin seeds. So once you have it in this workable kind of state like this, all you need to do now is chop it into cubes. And what we're going to do, we're going to chop it into cubes. Now what I didn't tell you is that, see, when we were making the turnip, and this is what was kind of out, we got the guts of the turnip, the sheet out of the middle of the turnip, and we're going to now roast the turnip and these cubed pumpkin cubes with a bit of honey in the oven before the main part of the soup. You just stick it in the oven, 15 minutes. So when that's roasting, you want to chop up an onion, fry up an onion with 4 cloves of garlic. I want to throw a bit of carrot in here as well too. And I forgot, I'm just going to put parsnip on while I roast it. If I can put it, doesn't matter, I'm just going to put it on the soup later. So when the pumpkin and turnips roasting, you want to be frying up a bit of onion and carrots and parsnip. You could have roasted the parsnip, but just fry it up in the pan with a bit of garlic. Just let that fry up a bit, and then when this is all roasted, we're going to put that on as well. Once you have it fried down a bit, you want to add on a bit of ginger and maybe garlic. Depends, you have to, but it'll be alright on its own, but I always put a bit of ginger and garlic on the way. So if any of you are familiar with the Derry Dinner Series franchise, you'll realise that it has a wide viewership from all across Europe and further afield in the world, in fact. And one of our viewers kindly sent us from Bulgaria some spices that are highly recommended for pumpkin and turnip soup. Now, I can't pronounce it, however they have provided audio for us.
Samardala.
So really, you could add any kind of, well, you don't even need to add any herbage or spice to it, really. You really don't. Ginger and garlic, and that's optional as well. Salt and pepper would probably be enough. But we're looking to jazz things up. And really, you could put on any kind of any spices if you want it, really. But we're going to try a wee drop of this Bulgarian stuff here. It's very nice, I've used it before. So this is optional as well, but it's a wee drop of apple cider vinegar. You could put an apple on it as well. That's actually very nice. This is surprisingly, it's good. Just a couple of hugs, not a whole big massive amount. So once you have that fried down, let that apple thing fry out a wee bit. Get your roast stuff here now, which I'm going to get the second. I'm going to take a roast out and we're just going to put that in and along the other stuff with 1.5 litres of water and 2 stock cubes, vegetable stock cubes. So just bring it up to boil, simmer for 15 or 20 minutes. Once the vegetables are soft, all you have to do is blend it in, that's it. It's not a bad soup. I eat a turnip and pumpkin soup. Now you do remember that is turnip. You know what I mean? You're dealing with turnip, but it's better than dumping that thing, isn't it?